Greetings, friends. This is Annette, back again with another moment for chronic wellness. Thanks so much for joining me. I am talking about living with a cannula and just a few tips that I've picked up along the way about how to make it just a little more comfortable, a little more bearable, a little more doable. So you'll see that I am wearing one of my cannulas today. This is one of the soft hose models that I was talking about earlier that I find to be so much more comfortable. And they do sell them in different sizes. And my nose is somewhat small, and I do find the child size a little more comfortable inside my nostrils, and it just means that they are a little bit narrower and a little bit closer together. But the child size cannot accommodate all of the prescriptions of oxygen. So for example, if you're on a really high dose of oxygen, like 8 liters, I'm not sure that it goes beyond 6. So do check your prescription before you order a child size. Make sure that it can accommodate how many liters of oxygen that you are on. So just 2 quick things in today's video. One is that oftentimes the rubber or silicone that these are made from can be sort of irritating to your face skin. So aside from just nasal dryness, the face skin and your nose passages can get sort of irritated from having the plastic sit up against it. So what I use is a little bit of cornstarch, and I carry a small pot of it around with me in my bag so that I just have it handy when I need it. And I dip these parts and the nostril parts, the nose parts, into the cornstarch and just dust it off a little bit. And that just gives it a little bit of silkiness, kind of like talcum powder probably would work similarly. That just lets it glide against my skin, particularly if it's a sticky day or if I'm a little bit sweaty or hot. Gives me more comfort and less chafing. So that is tip number 1. And tip number 2 is that there are times where the length of cannula can be somewhat obtrusive, particularly if I'm managing other straps or bags, or if I'm walking and it's getting caught on something. There are times when I have unplugged from my oxygen and threaded the cannula down through my clothing. And it's most typical for me to thread it out through a sleeve, because I find that if I thread it through my shirt, the likelihood that I'll sit on it or get it twisted around behind me or trapped in more awkward ways is higher. And because it is most common for you to pull your oxygen with your own hand, if you thread it out through your wrist, then the tubing is going straight to the thing that you are then pulling. So there's less length of tube for you to have to contend with that is unattached. So 2 little thoughts about how to more handily manage these cannulas that can be so obstructive. I haven't ever threaded my cannula through a sleeve when I've been at home and am negotiating like the 30-foot length of tube, and am, trying to get the dogs off of it and trying to keep myself from getting tangled around a dining room chair. But when I am out in the world, sometimes that is a helpful fallback. So 2 cannula tips. I hope those are useful to you, and thank you for watching. I have one more cannula idea to share, and then we're moving on to other things. So thank you for being here. Until we're together again, take care of yourself. Be well.